Where do we lean for size of the building right now? What was your impression of the latest iteration of Weston and Sampson's layout and building? Who wants to go first? Not me.
Well, I unmuted already, so I'll go first.
Okay.
These are some major cuts. I mean, we're reducing footprint significantly, which I think is a good thing. However, I know listening to the past couple of years of things, the original programming came up with certain needs for the facility. And I struggle to see that we can now cut a third of the building area out of this when, we started, it was 32,000 square feet. And I just want to make sure we don't go down a road that doesn't provide enough capacity for what we need to do. And I have to say it, I question why the original programming wasn't at these numbers. And I'll leave it at that, Bob.
Okay. Who wants to follow? Actually, Jared, you think that the 21,500 feet can address your needs and adequately address what the requirements of the original RFP were?
So to answer some of Anthony's statement and yours, in 2018, 2019, we had a slightly different inventory of vehicles and machines. There was more. I think we were up to about 24, 25 pieces. Now we have 17 of those would need to be stored in the DPW. And we know that we have a group of vehicles, four total, one of those being a machine that would be permanently at the transfer station, and that's not something we looked at. We reviewed the staffing levels again this year, and we can't go any lower than 20,150. The way it's arranged right now, we can keep the gas vehicles in the covered garage, the larger diesel vehicles in the large garage bay, with some of the smaller vehicles that are seasonal should be able to go in the canopy and they can be swapped out during the season. So in the wintertime, when we're using those pickups a lot, like we'd use them every day, they can be gone under the canopy, or they can go into the garage bay. I mean, there's plenty of space here for some of our small vehicles and our smaller equipment. We used to have a lot more smaller equipment. Now we don't. So we've got 3 smaller mowers, 1 large mower. We used to have 6 or 7 different type of mowers here, and we've surplused all of those over time. So everything's gotten a little bit smaller since 2018, 2019 from the original inventory. We just can't go any lower than that, than 20,150 square feet. The sketch that we were looking at just now is 20,150 square feet. We would have to live with some vehicles underneath the canopy, like the JLG lift is just too big to put inside. That'd have to go underneath the canopy. We've got 4 trailers that would still have to live outside. We've got some trailers that are permanently positioned down at the transfer station because that's where they're kept. And some message boards that would live up here, and they go outside anyway. So I'll make sure I post that updated inventory and where vehicles live and where our staffing is on the ad hoc committee website. But I would just stress that we can't go any lower than 20,150. That's where we're at, and I don't see us shrinking the fleet anymore. There might be some efficiencies in the future for some vehicles, but I think we're good where we're at with our vehicle and machine fleet.